What's going on, guys? This is Rob, and the new trailer for Jurassic World Dominion just dropped. Not even a new trailer, like the trailer, like a trailer for the movie dropped. Like the first trailer that we're getting. And I know Jurassic Park and all that kind of stuff isn't really like geek culture per se, but I mean, we can cook the books, right? I mean, it's my YouTube channel. I can do whatever I want here, right? So maybe this is one of those videos that just tanks the channel. I have no idea. But regardless, right? This is gonna be a video like nobody's gonna watch. Regardless, I'm excited, man. And you know why? You know why I'm excited? Here's the thing. Here's the reason why this movie's going to succeed, man. Nostalgia. That's why this movie is going to succeed, because we just got awesome stuff here, right? I mean, like it's what we've always wanted from like the new Jurassic Park movies, right? Like Dr. Sadler and like Dr. Grant and like Ian Malcolm. It's like the only three people we've wanted in like all the Jurassic Park movies, right? So for those of you guys who never grew up with Jurassic Park, I was born in 1984, right? So I'm a 1990s kid, right? So like I was what? How old was I? I was 6. I want to say like 8 or 9 when Jurassic Park first came out. And like when that movie was released, it was mind blowing. Here's kind of a funny thing too, right? Something you guys may not know. The technology they needed to make Jurassic Park didn't exist at the time. And so they literally had to create that technology, right? They had to create that kind of stuff. Pretty much everything that's happened ever since then involving like the evolution of special effects really goes back to Jurassic Park. I mean, back in Star Wars, sure, you had special effects, but those are more like practical effects than anything else, right? Little models of like the Death Star and like shooting it at certain angles and so on and so forth. But like Jurassic Park was one of the first times it was just a wide implementation of CGI in a movie. It was nuts, right? There's like, what was it? There's a documentary on Netflix or a series called The Movies That Made Us or something like that. And like one of them's Jurassic Park. And they were like, yeah, man, this movie changed everything. But yeah, no, Jurassic Park, the first one was just phenomenal, right? The first one was just, it was amazing. I mean, it won Academy Awards and everything, right? The movie was just absolutely mind-blowing. And I watch it to this day. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go watch it right now because this trailer dropped, right? Just like for the nostalgia of it all. But to be honest with you guys, the reason why this movie is going to succeed is going to be because of nostalgia, right? Like nostalgia is going to be the reason why this movie blows up. I mean, technically speaking, you did have sequels right before you got like Jurassic World. You got like The Lost World, Jurassic Park 2, which as a society, we have all just kind of silently agreed that the only good part of that movie is when they're on the island and like everybody's dying. And then like once you get to the point where like they transition to the mainland, we watch it for a little bit, and then we all just kind of collectively turn it off, right? And then like go on to the next thing. And no one liked Jurassic Park 3, right? No one liked Jurassic Park. The movie was awful, right? The movie was absolutely terrible. But having said that, seeing like just looking at the trailer, seeing like Dr. Grant and like Ellie Sattler back together again, God, it brings back so many feelings, like so many nostalgic feelings, right? Because it's just like, that's where it started, man. That's where it started, right? Like Hammond sitting in their trailer and just being like, you know, what is it he said? He was inviting them and they're like, well, you know, we're really, really busy. And he was like, well, you know, I could, you know, like offer to fully fund your dig. And they're like, I mean, I guess. He's like, for a further 3 years. And they're like, yeah, right, because like paleontologists are broke. They're like one step away from being homeless. Like they literally just travel around the world and dig up dinosaur bones, which, don't get me wrong, that sounds amazing. But literally, as far as I'm aware, they just run off of like donations, right? Just like people who fund their projects, colleges or otherwise, and like that's basically it. At least as I understand. I could be completely and totally wrong, but I'm not aware of there being like billionaire, you know, paleontologists. You know, Elon Musk is a paleontologist. I'm not aware of that, right? You know, I mean, it'd be cool, but I'm not aware of that whole thing. But like, it's everybody's back, right? Everybody's back. Hammond, of course, isn't back, right? The actor died a long time ago, but like everybody's basically back. You know, like BD Wong is there with his long hair. He was kind of a dick in like the other movies. Like that's one of the things I didn't like about the other Jurassic World movies is they basically made him like kind of a villain, you know? And it's like, I mean, he wasn't really a villain, but he was kind of a villain. I'm not even really sure I agree with where, like, with 100% of where he stands. In the first Jurassic Park movie, he just seemed like such a good guy, you know, like just a cool guy who was doing some science stuff. And like the science stuff he did turned out to kill people, which happens sometimes. But like, it was cool to see like for him in this movie, it's just cool to see him there. I'm just hoping they do a little bit of redemption, you know, where he's not just kind of like, I mean, yeah, like we made dinosaurs that killed people, you know, because of like Hammond and those guys who wanted them like bigger and better and louder and so on. And that's not really how dinosaurs look, because that was a big talking point, right? That was a big thing. I don't remember it specifically when I was a little kid, but going back and looking at it later, one of the big things that happened is when they made Jurassic World, paleontologists everywhere were like, that's not what a raptor looked like. And like in the end, I mean, the movie made a whole bunch of money and the studios don't care, but it's good to see that they like reconciled that in the newer movies where like B.D. Wong was talking to that one guy whose helicopter was attacked, and then he basically crashed into like the whole habitat for the pterodactyls that just like spread and started like snatching people up and eating it. But like he was literally telling him, he was like, most of these dinosaurs, if we had brought them back the way they were originally designed, they would look starkly different from how they look right now. Like raptors were like a lot smaller than the way they look in Jurassic Park. It was stuff like that. But all in all, the trailer just looks amazing. It looks great. And I love that scene. I love that scene when they're all together. I wish Chris Pratt hadn't said anything, right? And here's the thing, you know, just kind of an aside here, I want to see Chris Pratt as like an 80s action hero. Not even gonna lie, right? Like my chief creative officer Gordon, he sent me this little scene where like Chris Pratt's like squared up with like a knife in his hand, and like my first thought is just like dinosaurs have basically spread across the world and only one man can save us, right? Chris Pratt with a knife. It's like the most 1980s action hero scene ever, right? Just this still. It straight up looks like an Arnold Schwarzenegger film, right? It looks like something out of Commando from like back in the day. But nonetheless, you know, you know, seeing them all together and like the T-Rex is there, and like both Dr. Grant and Chris Pratt's character, I don't remember his name, but like both of them are there and they're like, don't move, right? Like it's just this classic thing, right? Because like it's like the best moment in Jurassic Park 1. Man, it's like the best moment in Jurassic Park 1 when the T-Rex comes out of the paddock, right? And then like literally like it starts going after the kids. And so like Dr. Grant grabs a flare and starts waving it, right? And then like throws it and like the T-Rex goes running after it. And then Ian Malcolm, ever the idiot, like gets out of the, like literally Ian Malcolm, right? This half idiot buffoon gets out of the car, gets out of the truck with the flare and just like, hey, 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 and then starts waving it at like the T-Rex, you know, and then like Dr. Grant's like, Ian, freeze! And then he was like literally he's just like, get the kids! And he's like, get rid of the flare! And he's like, get the kids! And then like Grant's like, get rid of the flare! So like literally Ian Malcolm's just running, and then he throws the flare, and the T-Rex is like, that's cool, and then like keeps chasing after Ian Malcolm, right? And it's like this thing, and then eventually like literally the T-Rex catches up to him, he ends up getting knocked into the bathroom where basically the lawyer's hiding, and like the T-Rex eats the lawyer. Like it seems like that, right? It's just these great callbacks to the first Jurassic Park. And for me personally, like for a lot of newer people, right? Like the 12-year-old kid going to see Jurassic World Dominion, they're gonna be like, this is cool. Dinosaurs are awesome. For me, I wanna be like, yeah, nostalgia. That's exactly what it's gonna be like. You know, Dr. Grant. Like I know, like I almost shed a tear, man. Like it was like almost a little tear, right? When Dr. Grant and Ellie met up, it was like, oh my God, you know, like it's just, it takes me back. But regardless, man, this movie's gonna be great, right? It's the old generation meeting the new generation, and it's gonna be phenomenal, right? I feel like Ian Malcolm is gonna be like the best person in the whole movie, right? Where he's like, I told you guys, life finds a way. Y'all didn't want to believe me. Y'all didn't want to believe me. Like Hammond didn't want to believe me. Nobody wanted to believe me, but I told you all it will find a way, right? Like, what did he say in the first Jurassic Park? He was making some kind of a speech, right? But he was like, you know, like change or life happens, right? It's you know, violent or whatever it is. And he's like, yeah. He's like, and there it is, you know? And Hammond's like, there it is, right? And it was just, it's I'm sorry, I'm so excited, people. But it is an exciting time, right? It's an exciting time. This trailer is exciting. This trailer is really, really cool. It's really, really exciting. Kind of behind the scenes video here, I guess, for Geek Culture Explained. I'm really hyped about it, right? It's just, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great movie. I'm really excited to see it. It comes out in June. Yeah, it's gonna be a great film. So anyway, yeah, thank you guys for watching. And I will catch you all later. Peace.